Hello there, my name is still Fintusius, and to the surprise of many, including myself, I am in fact not dead. This will not be a video like any other I've ever made in the past, and I hope I never will make one such video again. I might even delete it at some point, but for now, I felt like I should make it, if not for others or the channel, but at least for myself, as to be frank, I doubt many of you will even see it. If you've been wondering where I've been, or maybe even forgot I existed, honestly I don't blame you. I haven't uploaded in a few years, mostly because, without going into too much detail, life hit me very hard as a result of the pandemic. And at some point it really did start to feel hopeless, as I'm still trying till this day to get back on my feet. And as for all things World of Warcraft, let's just say it stopped being the word I loved as a result of the Shadowlands fiasco, as it actually did for most people around the world at that time. I've always loved this game. I've played it for longer than I'd care to admit, as I basically grew up with it. I was there when it all started, and I honestly thought I was also there when it was over. Some say that once you grow older, you kind of stop caring as much about things that aren't really important, such as, well, a game, right? Others simply outgrow or burn out from the passion for the things they once felt in love with, but that's not how I go about living my life. Ever, actually. Things I loved 20 years ago, I still do till this day. So no, mum, metal music can in fact be not a phase. They said World of Warcraft is just a game, to just simply let it go, but man was it hard for me. I never spoke about this kind of thing, mostly because, well, I still prefer to live my life with as much privacy as I can, which is honestly becoming more challenging with each passing year in this day and age. WoW and Blizzard as a company was more than just a game for me. It was my life, my passion. It allowed me to make a job out of it for many years, find friends, find love, travel the world and accomplish things I never thought would be possible at the beginning of it all, simply because of that one company and game. And although Blizzard nowadays has fallen far from the one that started it all 3 decades ago, there's still many things in the world of xal'atath that are cherishable today. Even though I disappeared from YouTube, I never really left. I was still watching, lurking, still reading and paying attention to how things were developing, hoping I'd see some form of improvement after a few years maybe, or, well, simply out of curiosity, be present for its final funeral, as it honestly looked really grim for Blizzard and WoW back in 2021. This whole exodus at the time made me check out some competitors, which ended up by having me power my lost WoW passion into a Lost Ark video that took me half a year to make. But afterwards, due to my life derailing, I simply couldn't keep up with any game for the foreseeable future. But to my knowledge, that game got heavily mismanaged by its publisher in the beginning and had a change of game directors, which in turn made it lose quite the momentum on the Western market, which is really a damn shame. And although I've heard some positive news about it as of late, it's not the kind of game you can easily get reinvested in. I always hoped I'd come back to WoW, but to a version that deserved to be talked again. And I honestly believe that time has come, not because I'm biased and high on hopium, but simply because results speak for themselves. Over the past year, I've dabbled in the War Within expansion, which started out as a cozy adventure amongst longtime friends, but little did I know. Months passed and somehow, today, I'm now playing with a bigger group of IRL friends than ever before, most of which were frankly newcomers, an extremely rare if not close to extinct breed in this game, and this all happened because of one thing and one thing only. The game was fun. Nobody needed any convincing for that. People were simply having a good time, in a game that no longer felt like it was actively working against you and making you frustrated along the way with every single design decision they've ever made as a game designer. We've all played a surprising amount of content in this season 2 of War Within, including myself, as I've never done as many mythic plus keys as I did this season, simply because due to design changes, they are no longer putting you through the mentality of what kind of shit I will have to deal with in this reset. I would dare to say that this is frankly, all things considered, as there's obviously still many things that could get improved, the best the game has ever been. So here we are, looking ahead, believing in a future of Warcraft that is actually looking bright for the first time in many years. I've been mentoring and helping my friends find their way in the world of xal'atath for the past few months, and it's ever so refreshing to see people experience something for the first time, especially in a game as old as this one. This all leads me to one conclusion. I've been basically doing all kinds of recordings for them about the game, what's worth doing, what's not, so I figured I might as well make videos out of this instead of repeating myself 4 times in a group chat so filled with messages some folks can barely keep up with reading it. So that's what I'll do for a start. I'm going to try and get back to making videos primarily focused on topics WoW players would feel interested in, and we'll see how it goes from there. I'm not going to pretend the game is perfect, but for as long as it remains fun, I plan on sticking around, and hopefully see it become even cooler than it has been for me over the course of 2025. If you're still listening to me, as well as have been from the start, thank you. If you stay subscribed, you can expect some Season 3 content, guides, or even creative videos of my own coming your way on the channel pretty soon. And if you're only just joining me, hello there. It's good to have you here. And one more thing, if there's one thing that Classic WoW and other games of this genre have shown me these past years, is that they've reaffirmed me in my belief that it really is time to bring back 10-man raiding, but we'll get back to that in another video. Goodbye.
Maybe what you need to do instead is to be able to evolve that vision, to be flexible with that vision to suit the times. And that rather than focusing on what are the right design principles or what are the wrong design principles and trying to solve an objective problem, it's more about asking how you meet players where they are and how you serve your community in the best way that you can and how you change and grow along with them.